feeling better. I'm feeling horrid.
Well, 85 degrees at 10 o'clock, still.
And see, I don't notice it now. I'm like, oh, this
Well,
is
that's
not bad. It was 85 degrees in my house today.
Okay. Y'all
It
ready?
did happen.
Let's see. You guys ready to start?
Yes.
Now we're ready.
You ready?
On
Let's-
time.
Okay. Well, let's start with some breathing. Let's just connect to our a deep breath. So we inhale. We can put our hands on our stomachs, and when we inhale, we try to feel that stomach expand, and then exhale. You kind of just bring your stomach in and exhale it out. So inhale. Feel your stomach expand. That's your diaphragm dropping out. Exhale. Just kind of let it relax, squeeze in a little. You can also put your hands on your sides, underneath your ribs, and see if you can feel that diaphragm going all the way. We don't breathe deep enough a lot of times. So inhale. See if you can feel the diaphragm kind of expanding below your ribs there. You can even do it on your back, your kidneys. Maybe you have to lean over a little bit and see if you can feel the breath go all the way to your lower back. You can bring your hands back to your belly. Feel that whole diaphragm, your whole underneath your ribs, right? Like an umbrella. We can do some stretching while we're breathing. Let's do that genie stretch where we put our hands across, inhale. And then bring it back down. And you can, when your hands are up, you can feel the sides of your ribs maybe. Stretch those out. You can tilt your pelvis a little bit to kind of feel that length of your spine. And then you can switch your hands when you're down there. Just take one that was in the inside and move it to the outside. Change your hands. Okay. Let's knock on the door of life a little bit too. We were doing that earlier. So we're just kind of rotating at the spine and the waist, and we're letting our hands kind of go out and then come back in and hit ourselves. Tapping. You might have heard of that too, huh? Tapping. It's kind of like, acupuncture where they put the needles in. Well, instead of doing that, you can just hit a lot of those spots. And so that's what we're doing, is kind of aiming at some of the spots that they would stick the needles in. But you can just kind of massage them, huh? So now we're going to go up here. Up to the chest, like King Kong. And take nice deep breaths while you're doing that, and that helps clear out the chest. You know, the seasons are changing, and I can feel it a little bit in my chest. Can't breathe, right? And then up on top of the shoulders, relieving the stress. Deep breaths. And you can sigh, help relieve a little more of that tension. Then back down to the chest. And then to the waist. And then out in front of of do like water waves where you're just kind of letting your hands, fingers glide through the air. You feel the air on your arms and between your fingers, coming into the present moment. Okay, into the center. And let's just feel our body just from that little bit we did. How's it feeling?
My hands tingle.
Yeah. All right. This one might be a little bit challenging. We're gonna do it's like an arrow. So we'll take our hands and we'll go up like an arrow, and you can do like a little bit of back bend if that feels good to you. Maybe do less at first, and then just try a little bit more. And then when we come down, we're gonna do like a little bit of a squat, like your knees are kind of stay together, and you just squat down just as low as you want. And then inhale, exhale, just squat. And in Qigong, we're not like pushing ourselves to become like Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything. We're just stretching and breathing. So be really kind to your body and just do it a little bit. And then, you know, you can try a little bit more or less based on your body today. So inhale, exhale, and the hand goes behind your head onto the back of your head when it comes down, if you can. If you can. That's where it goes. If you can't, maybe just do a prayer or wherever. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that kind of lower back stretch. Inhale. Push and strengthen your thigh. And then just bend over into a forward stretch. You can hold on to your shins, or you can hold on to your elbows. Take a deep breath, let gravity do the work. And then very gently and slowly roll up. First, start bending your knees. Then tilt your pelvis. And try to just do one stack at a time on your vertebrae. Very slowly, so you don't get dizzy. Then, all right, while we're rolling up, we can stand on our tippy toes if you want to try. So if you have trouble or you want to have a little added help, you can put the chair here. So when we roll up, they call it raise the bubbling spring, is take your hands over and be on your tiptoes. Let's see if you can stretch up. Woo. And then come down, okay? Or you can just put your hand on the chair and go up on your tiptoes, maybe just with one hand. Hold that chair up on your tiptoes and then back down. Okay? Inhale up. On your tiptoes. And back down. Strengthens your feet, huh? Inhale. Inhale. All right, that one's kind of hard, huh? Yeah. Okay, and then let's take our hands out to our sides, palms out, and stretch. So just try to push palms away from you. Flat hands. See how much if you bring your fingers back. Feel tingling right now. And then now let's face our fingers towards the back. And now let's do our fingers like all the fingers touch the thumb. And now let's point them toward the front. But bring your shoulder blades back. All right, let's release that. Shake that out. Ah, that feels good. Let's do some neck rolls, I think. So we'll put the hands behind our backs. And you can make it harder or easier, just leave them back. Just try to bring your shoulder blades back. Or that's what this kind of helps you do, is keep your shoulders back. Then left ear to left shoulder, just relax, not forcing. And then your chin goes down to your chest, over to your right side, rolling the head, and roll the head straight up. And then over to the left. Very gently breathe in slowly and deeply. And breathe out slowly and deeply while you're doing these neck rolls. In. Do one more in the same direction and then switch directions. Okay, I'm going to switch directions. Stick our arms out. Shake that out. All right, shake that out. Okay, let's do some shaking. So we just relax. This is like we have a baby maybe, and we're just bouncing the baby, right? All right. Okay, oh, rock the baby, rock it. And let our hands be loose to pump that, the movement from our legs shakes our arms, and we take deep breath. Nice. Shake the legs out a little bit, kick those around. Kind of helps relieve tension. Let's try a little more balance. I think we should do cloudy hands again with that walking. We should try that again. So, cloudy hands, our feet are a little bit wider. In Tai Chi, also, our knees are always just a little bit bent. If you do it right, your cell phone will go off. All the energy. Okay? And then, so with cloudy hands, it's kind of like, we were Actually, it's the hips doing a figure 8 but our legs might be a bit wider, okay, and we're weight shifting. So let's say the weight's on your right leg, right? It's bent. That one's bent a little bit more. And the left leg's kind of not, yeah, straight, a little bit straight, never all the way locked out, a little bit bent, okay? Then you take your weight over to the left side. Now that weight, the more of the weight is in here. It's kind of like, when you're standing and you're talking to a friend, right? Or like, and you just got one leg kind of propped up. So that weight that's bent has more of your weight in it. So you can kind of try lifting up that lighter leg. If not, then yeah, you don't have your weight, okay? Put your foot down, and foot down, we do toe to heel. Now shift your weight over to your right leg. So that knee's a little more bent. And see if it is got all the weight. Can you lift your leg up? Yeah, okay. So let's try shifting from side to side again. So left leg has the weight, then right leg has the weight. Okay? See if you can just, and both your feet, we'll just keep both the feet on the ground. Okay? Go ahead and heels, everything. The whole foot is flat. We're just going to shift weight for a second. Okay? So on one side. And see if maybe even try to keep the head even while we're shifting weight to one side. Kind of, you feel like pushing off the heel a little bit, right? Push. And then bothering it. Oh, it's good? Feels good? It's like if it's bothering it, don't do it. All right, good. Okay, so now we're shifting weight, right? We got our legs. Let's add in our hands. So then when I'm shifting weight to the right, my right hand comes up, it comes down. And then while it's doing that, kind of the momentum of the left arm's coming up. I'm shifting weight. It comes down while that other arm, there we go. And both feet stay flat on the ground. I was kind of showing you lifting up, but that was just to show you it's light. But both feet are flat. Okay. And we're just going from side to side. The hands kind of are making that figure 8. That infinity symbol but in front of your body. Right? And remember, this is the clouds on top and the shadows beneath. Okay? When we're on the side, we kind of switch sides. So the top hand and the bottom hand, you can kind of make switch. Come over to the other side. And see if you can slow down. Sometimes you start going fast.
It's hard to keep my feet on the ground.
Well, then that must be good for you then.
They want to go out.
Don't let them. Then you're not doing it, maybe. Yeah, sometimes it does feel good to try different things. Yeah. And we're trying to keep our body straight up like it's suspended from a string. So sometimes we kind of want to do this too, and that does maybe feel good sometimes, like you get a spine, but it also is good for us too, to kind of we get this ringing motion when we kind of stay straight up and we ring from side to side, like we're a column. We get a different stretch that way. Yeah. And take deep breaths and kind of try to feel relaxed within that movement, while you keep the structure of it. That's kind of a hard contradiction in a way, like keep your structure, but do it relaxed. Sometimes I think about, like, is there any muscles I'm tensing that I don't need to? Like maybe my shoulders are, oh, this is hard. We can relax them, right?
It's hard to relax when you have to concentrate.
Yeah, yeah. It is hard to relax while you're concentrating.
Yeah.
So, I think that's good. I think we'll do that. I think that one's a good one today. So let's shake that out. Then there's another one called brush knee twist, which is pretty fun. And so again, we're we're kind of hips distance apart. Our knees are kind of bent, a little bit of micro bouncy, right? Our crown of our head is suspended from a ceiling by a string. That can kind of help us feel like our spine is like the pearls on a necklace or like a Mardi Gras string, right? It's all just nice and elongated. Sometimes it feels good to make like you have a tail, a heavy dinosaur tail coming out. It's kind of resting on the ground. It feels very like weighted, right? Okay, so brush knee twist it's kind of like you're blocking. You block the front, and then your hand comes and kind of punches, okay? So now your left hand is by your hip, right? And then your right hand's in front. Stop in the name. Okay, all right, and then, so then we're gonna take that hand that's in front, and it's like a windshield wiper kind of circle, right? And I think this is a kick block, right? Because you're like kind of blocking that kick. So while you're doing that, you're doing this one. When that comes to about your knee, that one goes behind you, and as you're unraveling, boom, you're in that position. So it's really good for your brain because you're doing two different circles in different directions. So left hand's in front, right? We're starting a big circle, right? Okay? So while we're twisting our waist, and we're doing the circle in front. Now the back arm is doing a circle behind, and it's coming around, come up your ear, and then when you twist back to the front, your hands kind of switch, and that hand is by your hip. Okay? All right? Brush knee twist. So we start twisting, our arm follows, gravity takes over, we're back hands coming up from a circle, going by the ear, and coming forward. Okay? We're all on that. Okay, brush knee. And then the back hand comes around and so I'll show you just this this is called repulse the monkey, and it's a similar move, and we'll just do this for a second so you can see. So the back hand comes around and draw a big circle, almost like, look, now we're in this pose, right? Then when it comes up, you hook your elbow and it kind of goes right by your ear. And that's pushing away, repulse the monkey, repulse your repetitive thoughts. Switching hands, go out behind you, you got that straight. Then when you're coming around, it starts to circle, get that right by the ear and kind of brush through your hand, okay? It really feels like swimming to me, the forward stroke, right? When you're doing that, you bend that elbow, take it through. Just imagine you're in a swimming pool, okay? Oh. Okay, so that's that kind of same movement. So when we do brush knee twist, we do brush knee, and then this is doing kind of repulse the monkey with the back, okay? And push. Oops, sorry, repulse the monkey. I'm doing repulsive monkeys. All right, that's enough. It's got too hard for me. All right. Now let's kind of finish up with just really nice, relaxing, gentle movement. We're gonna do, this is called the tiger's mouth, right? And it faces, so this part of you kind of faces and goes down your center line. And then when it gets to the bottom hand, I kind of imagine like two magnets kind of repulsing each other, kind of forces that other hand. Now you come back, do your tiger's mouth, and have it go straight down facing your belly button. When the tiger's mouth face that, it's going to eat the belly button, okay? All right, that brings it forward. So we're doing a forward circle instead of out to the side, okay? So, and then exhale. So it comes out and then down. Comes out in front of you and then down. This is a nice time to maybe really think of something, some kind of energy you might need more of. So it's like kind of self-compassion a little bit. What kind of feeling do you maybe need more of? And let's source that. Just imagine that and see there's an abundance in the world and there's plenty for you. Imagine that emotion or feeling coming inside you. And notice when you have a lot, then you can share it freely. There's plenty. End, we'll just end back where we kind of started, where we'll cross our thumbs, put it over our belly, take a nice deep breath, feeling the breath help expand your belly, and we're going to just rock and sway like we're seaweed in the ocean. Our roots are deep in the earth. And as the wind comes, we can just flow with it. Relax any muscles. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yummy.
Yay.
All right.
I had a laugh on that tiptoe thing.
Yeah.
Went and saw Bart.